How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to some more Hearthstone. We are gonna play some more Dreadsteed, hopping into ranked right where we left off. Pretty much, like exactly right where we left off. So yeah, let's do this. Let's see if we can grab that total of 200 wins with Warlock. I'm trying to just get better at playing different decks, get better at having a good variety, because I'm not really one to tend to play like one deck exclusively. It's just that I'm definitely stronger at certain decks and I need to improve my variation and strength at some different decks, and I think Dreadsteed's interesting. I don't know how good a Dreadsteed deck will be in the future once it's like optimal, or once people have found like the best deck for Dreadsteed, but it's one that I definitely would like to be good at and one that I would like to learn. It's not particularly difficult, but it's certainly more difficult than something like Face Hunter, so that is one reason why I want to play it, and also because it's just different from what else I tend to play. So here I could play Nerubian Egg, but he could hit it and heal it to draw a card. I still think it's probably worth it just to get something else out on the board. And maybe I top deck like a Power Overwhelming, which then could be really useful. So we chose not to do that. We chose not to draw. Very interesting. Dark Bomb's good. I wish I had that a turn earlier. It's still good though. Again, chooses not to draw a card. So that's really good for me. Now the question is, do I just play the minion and perhaps get punished by a buff, or do I just kill this right now? That is a good question, and I'm going to take the option of just killing it right now. It poses too big of a threat. If he gets a much larger card advantage than I, then things could not turn out so well. So here I think it's worth using the second Dark Bomb to kill this and get out my Nerubian. Tap last because I'm pro, Of course, obviously, if you know what your play is, you obviously want to tap first in case you draw into something better. But I always forget to do that. So here he's only able to play a 1-drop, meaning that means he doesn't have a Twilight Guardian, or that means he does, and that's the dragon. That's the only dragon in his hand, which this was able to get the buff from. So that is quite a bit of good information to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gonna go ahead and tap and play a void color. Send this into that. And we're looking like we're in decent shape. That could change pretty quickly if my phone, every single fucking video, Jesus. Sorry, but yeah, that could change if he has something like Master Spell, which nobody runs except for me. But he's going to be pretty sad if he didn't Pain Jiraxis, which could have come from that. So Dreadsteed is out, which means maybe we could do a little bit of work here. I don't have Baron Rivendare quite yet, so I think the play is going to be to tap and to play Select Belcher, which I got the second one of right on cue. So I guess one of the worst things that could possibly happen this turn is Cabal Shadow Priest and stealing the Dreadsteed, because I don't run Silence in this deck. So he would just have Dreadsteed, yeah. He's just going to have a Dreadsteed. So this is going to make it kind of like a pseudo mirror match, which it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes. So I'm thinking maybe some sort of Power Overwhelming, some Abusive Sergeant stuff to clear Cabal here. This go here. Right. Send that here, buff this, and send it into that. And play second Sludge Belcher. This is, you know, pretty scary for purposes like, or for, you know, instances like Holy Nova. And the Imp Gang boss plays around it a little bit better. So I guess the play is tap Imp Gang boss. It's a little weak, but I think it's gonna be fine. I don't want to play the other Dreadsteed until I see perhaps second Cabal Shadow Priest, or unless I get, you know, unless I'm able to summon a second one right away. 'Cause I don't want to lose it. So here he plays Chillmaw. Was that a top deck? That could mean, well, since he got the buff from, or he got the buff on Twilight Whelp, and I haven't seen a dragon since, so that means if this was a top deck, he has another dragon in his hand. So I want to send these two and Sludge Belcher into this. Yeah, okay. It was a bit delayed, and I was worried that it wasn't actually going to go off, but I was certain it was going to. So, the play. Sludge Belcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could have tapped, but I'll just hold it. And here's that visual glitch, which is so annoying. I don't know why that happens. If you end your turn right when the rope, like, rolls out, then it just, like, stays there. It's really weird. It only happened, like, after the most recent update, or the one before. Okay, so he played the Azure Drake first, and then played the Wormrest, which means, of course, he has another dragon in his hand. That could be second Azure Drake or Twilight Guardian. Not quite sure. But what's really fortunate for me is he hasn't really been able to buff these with anything. If he buffs, I guess it wouldn't really matter if he buffs Dreadsteed. But Velen's Chosen Powered Shield, it's just hard to play around. So let's see. I think I want to kill the Azure Drake. It's just a pretty big threat, but I'm not sure how I want to do it. I could Power Overwhelming, like this one, send these two into there, Power Overwhelming this, and then kill it. I think that's probably fine. And then play the Imp Gang boss as well. Yeah, that's fine. I'm actually going to play Healbot also, just to kind of get a really big board presence. And hopefully he can't really deal with this stuff. This is just going to spawn more imps if he, like Holy Novas. And I can even send it into there if I wanted a free imp, but that doesn't really seem worth it. Rather just hit face. Okay, he runs Justicar in here, so definitely more of a late game sort of priest. It's still the Dragon Priest, which most don't tend to have Justicar in their deck, so maybe he cut a couple dragons or kind of altered the list a little bit. Interesting. Definitely interesting. So, probably just gonna send the Belcher into this. We'll tap first, see what we get. Implosion. Is that better? That might be better. He hasn't played a Holy Nova. This just creates a whole bunch of annoying things that he has to deal with. But then he's gonna be able to kill this for basically for free. I'm not sure if I want that, but I don't have any. Well, Dreadsteed. I guess I'm really worried about that getting stolen again, so I'll take this turn very slowly. And we'll pass. And there's that stupid rope again. Okay, so I'm worried about Ysera a little bit more on what he gets from Ysera, like the Dream card, because I can just kill it instantly with Siphon Soul. if he did have it. Sylvanas would also be pretty scary. Not anymore, really, because I have, like, not so much on the board. Let's see here. Can hit Hellfire. Could be okay. I'm just a little sad I haven't drawn my, what's it called? Baron Rivendare yet. Or it could be a decent turn to get Jaraxxus out. Send these two in and hit that with my weapon. I'll do it. I usually like to save this for a bit later, but I think it's a decent time to go ahead and do it. He might not be able to deal with my Infernos very easily. But maybe. I don't know, we'll just have to see. I have the heal bot, and I have the sacrificial packs as well to heal back up to full. Okay, so there's a Sylvanas. That's a pretty good card. But I really need to get some pressure out because of fatigue eventually. So I can implosion this and then hit it with my weapon and then like heal bot or something. But then I can't get an Inferno out. That's not very good value. I could just hope this rolls 4, but I don't know how likely that is. Yeah, pretty unlikely. Definitely have to heal bot now. It's too bad I can't get an Inferno out, but I can next turn. It's fine. Second Corruptor off the top. I don't want to use a Siphon Soul on that. That's definitely not worth it. There's a Void Caller. That can bring out my Dreadsteed if I want. But I might just want to play Dreadsteed now to heal. I don't know how much... I can't imagine he'd be able to do a bunch of burst damage, but just to be safe, I think I'm going to go ahead and go for it and play this as well, even though I don't have a demon. It's more for board presence. So now Light Bomb probably. Yeah, that's fine. That pretty much uses up his whole turn, and I'm still just going to be able to summon more Infernos. Okay, well Guardian wasn't really what I was expecting. I was more expecting heal. So there's Mal'Ganis. That's a pretty good card. Is the play Sylvanas Inferno? So what am I worried about in terms of burst damage from a priest? I guess Auchenai Soul Priest? That'd be really bad. Especially with this. But I don't want to play the other Sacrificial Pact until I get Baron Rivendare. So I'll play it a bit risky. If I die, I die. But we'll play it just like this. It'll be... maybe it'll be okay. I think it's the winning play. It puts out so much more pressure.
The damned stand ready.
There's a cultist. What else? Coin Death? Yeah. Okay, so Mal'Ganis might be safe. I wasn't really even considering Shadow or Death. Demon Wrath might be great. in this position, because I can Demon Wrath and then send this in here and it'll die and steal something. And I think I still have to save the Siphon Soul for something bigger. So let's is there a right order to do this? I don't think it matters. Demon Wrath, see what we steal. Okay, that's should be okay. But now I think I have to Sacrificial Pact after hitting this, because that just puts me into, you know, much of a danger, or a dangerous position. Now I just have to hope he doesn't draw anything very useful for him.
Is someone injured?
Cleric is probably not that bad for me, because it puts us closer to level terms in terms of fatigue.
Are you mocking me?
So that means he doesn't have a dragon. That's pretty big news. Second death means Mal'Ganis should be fine in this position. Go ahead and do that actually, because then I can. That means you know, when I swing in, I'll be immune. So that'd be really good. Yeah, I'll do it. Should be pretty good. Go ahead and just tidy that stuff up. I'm really actually hoping he gets Ysera here, so I can Siphon Soul and heal back up. Power Word Shield. Velens. I'm assuming he has at least another Velens just stuck in his deck. Holy Nova. That's fine. That's actually totally fine. Yeah, that's a really great way to win. Wow, that was a great game. Let's see how long have I been recording this episode? Episode 4. I cannot talk. I think there might be enough time to do one more. That was just a long game because it was against a priest. And I'm assuming whatever I play next is just going to be some like Face Hunter or Secret Paladin probably, since those are the most common decks on ladder right now. That was a great game. That was a really good game. Druid is also pretty popular. It's a deck I think I hate the most. I hate it more than Secret Paladin. It's just really dumb. They always curve out so well. Innervate out, fucking boom on turn 3, you know, with double innervate, or they'll have wild growth into, I don't know. It's just dumb. I don't like it. So the question is, do I want to play Coin Nerubian Egg? I'm gonna say no. Because if he has the Darnassus Aspirant on turn 2, now he has Wild Growth instead. But what I was thinking is if he had the Aspirants, I could Egg on 2 and then Coin Hellfire on 3. Wow, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm just gonna Implosion. I need to get some presents. Every fucking one rolls 2. It's so annoying. That's so dumb, because he can just go here and then Hero Power, and then I can't kill this again without using Abusive Sergeant. Okay, so Shade is a little scary. I think I'm gonna hold off on the Hellfire for one turn. I think I'm just gonna tap an Abusive Sergeant. Dreadsteed is also a possibility. He just used a Keeper, so this Dreadsteed might be able to dodge a Silence. So let's see. I could be wrong, but It'd be pretty fortunate for him to have both keepers in his first like 8 cards or something. Oh, why not? Why the hell not? I really don't get it. So I pretty much have to Hellfire here to kill the Shade. I can't let it grow out of proportion. I could have actually, maybe, and then played Sylvanas next turn. But I think it's better to just shut it down as soon as possible. See, here's a pretty good Sylvanas turn. Because he's used both of his silences. There's no way he runs like an owl. Should be fine to have Sylvanas stick and steal something later on. So he just decides to commit completely to the board. And I have the second Hellfire, which might be useful. But what could happen is I could instead steal whatever comes out of that Shredder. If I used Hellfire and then hit here. I think it's probably still the best play. I don't really like it, but it deals with everything. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna steal that. It's probably okay. And I'm not gonna tap because that would put me in range of combo. He plays Ancient of War, which means he might not run combo, but he definitely could still run combo. It's so broken. I don't know why combo hasn't been addressed. Druids, they do the same thing. They've done the same thing for like ever. Their decks haven't been any different. It's either ramp or combo and just truck face forever. I'm gonna just play Belcher by itself. Should be okay to deal with Lothab. Again, I don't want to tap. It just puts me, you know, just makes me easier to die, or easier to kill for him. So what am I looking for? I'm hoping he plays something big that I can either BGH or Siphon Soul, because then that way I can still deal with a Lothab with what I have on board. Is that a swipe? That could be a swipe. I think it is a swipe, yep. Okay, so I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that now. I'm gonna have to hope to draw a Demon Wrath or Dark Bomb, maybe? Innervate Thorson? Yep. This guy had one fucking crazy start. They always do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do against it, but they always have insane openings, and it's really tough to beat. But we're looking okay if he doesn't manage to draw anything scary. I guess it's mainly combo that I'm worried about. Second swipe, why not? It's crazy. It's like as soon as they start to like get maybe kind of falling behind, they have exactly what they need to get back. It's silly. It's just silly. So I can Siphon Soul the taunt and send my Void Caller into Lothab, and that would summon Melganis for me. And then I could tap for free. It's okay. It's not the best play, but I think it's the best I can make right now. Please just draw blank for one turn. Like, you've had such a good start. No, of course not. What does he cycle into? Force of Nature, so that means he gets to keep his Thorson alive. Ah, this fucking game. I don't get it. Come on. What are you waiting for, buddy? Please tell me he disconnected. That'd be hilarious.
Time waits for no one.
It's actually looking that way, which is pretty funny. I'm just so tired of losing to Druid, who they always curve out so well. And he had double keeper into all this shit. That's pretty fortunate for me. And pretty unfortunate for him. But just in case he comes back, I'm gonna deal with that. Maybe both of us disconnected. I feel like the rope should be up by now. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, he definitely seems to be gone. Or something happened. Oh, is he back? I think he's back. He moused over his hero. That was pretty good timing for me to draw that power roaming. I did keep that stuff in my hand just in case he came back and played stuff, but that is going to be the video. Ended on a pretty cheap win, but I was, you know, kind of glad to take it against Druid. It was weird that he was running Ancient of War and combo, but I guess that's just his style. So that's going to be the video. Thank you for watching, and maybe I'll switch it up for the next one, try a different deck, maybe, we'll see. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Goodbye.